Afibiana squad no quality no na eso etse.
Yeah.
Last year, we were complaining that the team was very bad. And on the Magay, and the Semenyon Ebeshemu, and the Muye do kakra. The real season, you know, quality that sounds what say about from tam. Because we are selling the players, unfortunately, the entire quality in Begumu. And then before the game, and more announcers say, Ayub Buadi.
Yeah.
City for a real deal, you know. 95 million euros plus 5 million euros. E can one 100 million euros. 18-year-old Ayub Buadi.
Yeah, so
we are desperate as anebeba. Now, we expect to say, aka kakrama window no, you close to no. Afe krana clubs na di be hwe City tribu more. That will be a musa we desperate.
How is here there?
That we are serious as sporting directors for the serious. Sa na beto omo. Until before the game, and omo announcer say Ayub Buadi about. You asked the question and say, is it about squad and answer coach, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I also feel say coach, you know. And then he wanted to send a signal to Penyifoni be say players ni bo wasta na on pe team ni mo. Nico Gonzalez. Tell me your no a. Nyame adomo a. CAE me catch me agent ni mommy free club with mu because papa we o ma ne mo boni bi.
Okay.
To the extent say Magay born out the bench. Are already Kovacic Bojao no. Supporters ni nyina complain. Then yes Kovacic asan nyini free game one or the Magay abebo ho abra wo Nico Gonzalez what's a bench. No way interview say I want to stay. You want to stay for what? Leave. He's a good player but the coach clearly on peno. And there was some sort of signature for this akwane dey. Emani boboni bi. Then again no mo ye den kra. O so ansama na me boboni bi. On pew.
The point now so no akochia no.
Nico Gonzalez na swording. Fine player. What I say? But coach ni pew. Ese so okọ. Newcastle na omo peno no nkọ because coach we what say on peno. And then City for starting lineup. 4 center backs. 2 full backs. And a winger back who etuemu. Obokuzanov as a right back. Ruben Diaz, Josco Vardiol. And okay, so sorry. Rico Luis as the right back.
Yeah.
And Kuzanov. And Ruben Diaz.
Yes.
And Josco Vardiol as the left back. And Magay. Any Elliot Anderson. And then Nico Rally, and then Nico Rally was operating more often than 10. Oh, sorry. And the lineup, everyone was struggling to know, say, position behind a place in the even Premier League for Nanka Sanka, so more graphics, no. Only a mistake because no be any how or be bobono. Yes, that's the game, who's oh, wage na. I mean, Maka, Rico Luisi, Maka, just 3 seasons in here, waso, Maka, my bro, Biggie, that boy, friend Rico. On say last week, boys na meka so masano mu free team. Omo gusu hwieba, Foden, Ruben Diaz, Rico Luis. Omo da suit team we na Jack Grealish. And then was stadium one come. I mean, I met CC Park and so akoyi Jack Grealish efi bo ni mu.
Some ringa police for watch.
Oh, come at me ko. Go me no nyema ni bi wo wa mi ntimi akoma me. On come akoyi Jack Grealish edna efi park and so feel obey the game. Now who obi a wo ye do efi bench aba. Ya more true pass be. I'm say checking the ball in man.
No free bench by and it looks as if say wa breche omo start you know.
Onye serious about kokra.
Wa breche omo start and yehwe game no na me bisa say I'll be say. It looks like say Manchester City problems. When you look at the Manchester City team, you realize there is a problem. But when Manchester City is playing and Manchester City needs people to come help them on the field of play. na coach any substitution. You realize that the problem you have seen in the Manchester City is bigger than what you even saw. Problem never hona ankasano. A such said you suya and after what you look, Manchester City book game na City born City that from Kabako. A more a day in the Manchester City. City at that moment, in here, Maranto meeting me a bad game anymore. The fresh limbs, beba. Energized. Meeting me a baba bebo, tormenting the opponent defenders. No more beam and your boss or no more ship go where Manchester City because other form. Sabre and the City, yes, substitution or to the near bencher. A Jack Grealish in Ebem. A Manchester City. And no name quite a matter of concern, a worry, a problem. At Manchester City, Bo Bokoro. That is how bad you can see the Manchester City team is. And now no make us be chill say. Be a man for who problem ne Manchester City and I say nipa nyanti ase. En share Brenna Manchester City baba bebre. Tenzo Maresca anya niema bi ya. And I made the Manchester United example child. So in 2013-2014, sa team na say Alex Ferguson the G League no. Oja hono mo call you know. And Penifona and Shana how most of your additions be because they felt the team are G League there. A good team, a good squad. And the coach be by far. Obeti me is our team in the results. Eventually, how Manchester United struggled. It was because say coach in a Juma no you through stage be a kwaku. Oba beam to the stands are be a be a foul. This our time no from cleverly more. No one in a Manchester United team, United the body G League. But after Alex Ferguson call, you know David Moyes be fire. What do you mean you see our players name for your results than Ferguson? You know, until last over me catch rail. Say, a be very important and a very prudent. Say coach a friend say Enzo Maresca, be your fullbacks. Obenya left fullback, Obenya right fullback. I'm supported the attack because. Josco Vardio, Nico Riley, Matthias Nunes, Mona, Pep Guardiola, UC, you know. And my wife in your Guardiola, UC, the Ajay Niama, a Jusuba to be a UCB. You can't. Obe bread, you are going to struggle. Just because level now Pep Guardiola, I Juma Kwakudruno, or Benya the Midas touch, or the Nessa Sadi Mupena fa. But who bar, would you need to mean Conco, yes, sir? Who how an city team struggle last season? But even before Pep Guardiola ever top players to say Semenyo or better McGahey, Eddie Omabano. So now Pep Guardiola finding ways at the overall now the results. That's so long kaka. But certainly the Mawa Obebre. Aside that, certainly Pep Guardiola using an or Breno additions. Who be fire no ebia self film. Only senior figures. In fact, some of the most important players in the Manchester City team, Rodri, Bernardo Silva. It looks like Enzo Maresca any assignment in you.
I say a good year when in Nisuka Kramami because I never say you know. Also not to children such as if in Yaje. Also now penny for crowd Obia Bonism. I said Obiem we did not enjoy the game. City, I saw no Maresca in Yaje to children Saturday. Why you come back, Biama? What's come back? This game, it is all on a real shaky. On our basis, on an ena jenkwa. Check him more bony bia, or the one boys we win our more 10. Na shaky to bench.
And oh, the America say, Onyanti assignment national. Onyan a Jumana Wabefan, the magnitude of a Jumana Wabefano. Share Talk of Juma. Nandi Pano, ye Jumana and Sana Wobano. Or set standards between no more. You have to make sure so be happy with game. Maybe a Pep Guardiola baby free Manchester City no. In the last season, one of the best of performances. The last 2 seasons, one of the best of performances. But Pep Guardiola is Pep Guardiola. He has made a name and an impact over Manchester City. In this about 2 seasons. Now, Niaman Koya suspected in Pono the free Honomoa. And I say, onion free on the supporters are going to be mute. Because Pep Guardiola, yeah, Juma. I say, oh, yeah, Manchester City, I'm on the power by Jenna Deary. It's mistakes are obeying and Kawasam. Eko ya fine, Anko ya fine. That is the level of rise koduri or Manchester City adwumanim. Oko. Se wo ba nipa na obeye adwuma na oko ye no. Standard now asset ato wonom na wo soro too much o. E say one ti ade na se a obeba ba be hwehwu nu no atom. Elu bi na baba be Enzo Maresca no. Level na Pep Guardiola the team ni kokoduru ye no. Obe fa wo so match those standards. Se wuntimi match a ye gitum ahyase no obebre. But do things well. Na nipa bia hu say asemasi adwuma ya wa ye yi de. Pep Guardiola na ne bon homodin e bi mpo anka sa amre de o ye no nko sa na ho. These are some of the things people wants to talk about. Last time our Ubo game, na against Arsenal kwakumebo. Against Arsenal said your starting game no. There were mistakes. Selection ni mu ye di ho nkomo ha. Se kwai of us share game na say within a selection no. There were players and I'm in nya adwene. Make about the defensive partnership. Ewe chiri honom. Tene ni se nkwadi Ruben Dias e started that particular game. Or the next started here, any problem. In fifi ho, ye can Nico Gonzalez or te bench. Now Ubo Kovacic e was our position no. And Elliot Anderson a one man tem, but we starting no. And on in team konkoda. Ye ka about Ryan check your te bench that feel for the neighbor number 10. In that particular game, they di home komo. And selection or sign the buy or sounds why you mistake on the selection nimu. In the absence of Rodri, the only defensive midfielder with team nimu e Nico Gonzalez. That is the typical DM e Manchester City team nimu. It is a Rodri ni hono mo. Nipa yesusu se mpɛn bi ɛsɛ so hwe games na se Manchester City there. Eni se nka wo bobo wo yi Nico Gonzalez this nchen. But as you rightly said, what track clearly say a player on here no. But what about football ne say the fact that you don't need the player doesn't necessarily mean the player never hono betimi ama quality in you say no. So what tone no akwa different. Ebia se see ya o ma hu so ma wi ayu boadi. Ekobasa ayu boadi ba. Na ayu boadi betimi ahyem no wabo. E dia maw. Na Nico Gonzalez te bench I mean no problem. But are you boadi nyama ye ne de? He's the only typical defensive midfielder with team nimu. And last season, Abra Pep Guardiola kofa ne buy say omebo in place of Rodri. You win performance.
Hey, obo papa.
Pa. And you only Rodri na you Rodri.
Rodri last 2 seasons the Rodri injuries now does to be brief.
Yes.
And this guy has been stepping in and been playing very very well.
Yes. But only say Rodri
Of course.
ne ho tono a.
Yeah.
As so obebo no sa so kokotena nchen.
Exactly.
It is a Rodri no ye Rodri no. Eni na nimu a. Ono na say o push ne up the ladder no obebo. You are going as far as who you see a center back. And I didn't about the defensive midfield role. And Elliot Anderson akwa kopra. You were now forced Saudi Kovacic bebem because kwaku magge hi ball no boy no. Onya go e no kre. But the ball as a defensive midfielder me na me convinced.
Say nye style no.
But say nye plan nso so na ba mu a. Unu bize nka Kovacic be ko so atena bench. Ai bia nka be din so wombem. Ye nyina ye gitum se Kovacic nye. But say wo mfa Nico Gonzalez mmode a, minim die ntia se odi Kovacic tena bench. But coach any yes mistakes in Manchester City team ni mu. The last time we talked about Ryan Sheki. Ryan Sheki even under Pep Guardiola has always been a game changer for Manchester City. Or when it flows on him. But there are playmakers as I know motie. And they take a coach, no one is hardly any dear free mu. Now if you wash us a direct and to so the amount. It's Ryan check you on the floors. But anytime with Jilla Park in Field Manchester City, distribution, contribution when it comes to goals, he has always been there.
Controlling game.
Young controlling game. Young controlling the tempo of the game, the pressure by as well.
Yeah.
On only bet me at Jibon Nekita. A slow opponent in a style of play. I'm a Manchester City as a sad tempo na ball or mobile. O create a different rhythm. Edinburgh Manchester City team no. This is the kind of player we are talking about. Pep Guardiola mpo e you see ye and onimo na Pep Guardiola ho kire no. But Enzo Maresca aba. Enzo Maresca feel say ono ne pe ode ne betena nchen hwi ni wono mo ebesi. And ode ne tena nchen in the first game kwaku oba mu second half ye hu ni more mo. Enne Senyor Noah, and there is no way that Manchester City will win the game.
Debbie, you know, no dear.
There is no way. Say Manchester City be win the game.
I made 2 assists.
Mienu. City winning 2-1. And it's 2 goals that Manchester City share, you know. Or no never contribute is 2 goals, no.
So there was a controversy about the second one. You mean your pass now, Coco di Josko Vardiol, whether it was offside or not. Josko Vardiol, go no, go the way, you know. And referee can say you're offside, but VAR intervened. Biggie. When you say me Pachoku Chini,
it was an onside.
Onside.
Yes, clear onside. I would say, yes, share game or no. There are a lot of things when watching the game. A buy na Obeka are any offside. And see Obo share and I'm see offside. That was what I said. Me catch yes, I be say offside. But VAR ne buy no. Omuni can you replay and sana VAR the any beba. Omuni replay and catch yes, hey. But I say onside because player not say number 5 just you know. It looks like say play onside. There be where you go. Yes, that was the conversation we were having. And eventually VAR share I repeatedly replay no. It was clear. Not just go Vardio onside. But Vardio na ankasa time I get offside unta one complaining.
Yeah.
Because it was too close to goal.
No. Because I said offside. But replay the bar and I'm saying
yes. It was too close to call.
Yeah.
It would be for when it was one because offside no one complaining and one to call the baby. But thanks to a VAR intervention, and he was born, he was onside.
But Obenya incident now Saudi about me be closer one no. Biggie, Rihan Cheki baby, he was crowded by 3 players.
Yeah.
And now sounds so possible and said defenders
that makes him special. That makes him who he is. That makes someone a playmaker. A proper number 10. In tight spaces, close control. Nipa ni be twa ne ho ahia. But say obeyi ball na free na no eden. I just say be a ofa wo no matter nipa surrounding no. Okita ball na o make sure say mo nye ball na free ni ntem no kwagu. Or sign so share the next action to take.